Are you concerned that Commonwealth in Action could threaten the state bipartisanship that you've had since December 14th?
No, I mean, I'm not worried about that. I've got a job to do. My responsibilities are really clear, and I think politics can wait for another day. So we're just rolling out day by day the changes that we believe are necessary for New South Wales. As I said, the highest responsibility that we have is to protect the people of this state, and we're going to do that from the acute level where violence is imminent or it's already taken place, all the way to confronting violent radicalism in our community and racism and anti-Semitism where we see it.
Do you think it's overreach, though? Do you think it's overreach for Kelly Sloan to push you to lobby the Prime Minister? You know, do you think she should stake and fight state issues as well?
No, I'm not going to criticise her for that. She's been, and the opposition's been very helpful to us in pushing through major changes in New South Wales, which we're grateful for. And she's entitled to a view.
Why won't you ask the Prime Minister to actually start a Royal Commission?
Yeah, look, they've made their decision. I've made our decision. We are going ahead with the Royal Commission in New South Wales. I've also made a decision that I'm not going to get into a long public commentary or yell from the sidelines about this terrorism event. I've got massive responsibilities in New South Wales, and that's got to be my focus. I'm responsible for the New South Wales government, and I'm going to act as I see best for our state.
In Kelly Sloan, she says you're in a unique position to recommend and influence the decision on this matter. I mean, don't you think that you are in that position and that therefore you've got a responsibility to do that if this is what you believe?
Look, I think my responsibilities are clear, and I'm going to live up to them in New South Wales, and I'm going to make the best decisions for us in this state. But it's, I don't have much more to add other than I'm going to execute, make the changes that I think are important for New South Wales, and they're going to continue. This is not something that's going to be over and done with in 20 days, 30 days. We believe there needs to be fundamental change in New South Wales to combat anti-Semitism, to combat extremism in our community, to call it out when we see it, and to make major changes to public safety in the state. And I can promise you that's a full book on its own.
The Islamophobia register has come out saying it's been a massive spike after Bondi. Just firstly on that, are you concerned that some of the rhetoric following the massacre about pro-Palestinian protesters being hateful or hate speech kind of evolving from those protests to the opposition using stuff like radical Islam or blaming people, or coming out against these being issued to people in Gaza, for example? Is that inflaming some of the tensions with our Muslim community?
Look, I want to make it clear that these are complicated issues and we need to deal with them as we see them. And I said yesterday, and I've said repeatedly, particularly when I went to a mosque the other day with Jewish leaders, that any form of racism, any form of Islamophobia, hatred in our community, we will combat, regardless of your race, regardless of your faith, regardless of your religion. That's got to be a fundamental principle. We also have to talk about these other issues, and I'm going to talk about it in a sober, direct way, but I do believe that they're problems, and I do believe that they need to be confronted, and I'm not going to pull our punches in relation to hate preachers in our community, because I do think that is an essential part of ensuring the community is knitted together in the future. The second point I'd make about that is that the vast majority, and I can't speak for all of them, but the Muslim leaders that I'm either friendly with or are leaders in the community have made it clear they don't want them either. They're prepared to confront them, and they think they need to be called out. So, let's not give an alibi.
That was the New South Wales Premier Chris Minns there, not quite wanting to be drawn on calls from the New South Wales opposition leader Kelly Sloan for him to pressure the Prime Minister to call a federal royal commission in the wake of the Bondi terror attack.